In the world out there, there are no verbs, no speech events, and no adjacency pairs. There are particles of matter moving around in certain recurrent and yet not fully predictable patterns. We interpret such experiences as and through symbolic means, including linguistic expressions. That's what it means to be human. Duranti, Alessandro, Linguistic Anthropology, a reader. Alessandro Duranti is a distinguished professor of anthropology at UCLA, widely recognized for his significant contributions to linguistic anthropology. He is known for his research on language as both a code and a practice, political discourse, and the concepts of human agency, intentionality, and intersubjectivity. His work often explores how language is used in real-world contexts, drawing from extensive fieldwork in Western Samoa and the United States. He has published several influential books, including From Grammar to Politics, Linguistic Anthropology in a Western Samoan Village 1994 and Linguistic Anthropology 1997, which is a widely used textbook. Duranti has also investigated improvisation in language and music, including jazz performance, and has held prominent roles in academic journals and societies within his field. Thanks for reading No Mic Podcast Scribed by Facelesslingjutsu. Subscribe for free to receive new posts and support my work. Alessandro Duranti was born on September 17, 1950, in Rome, Italy. He pursued his initial higher education in linguistics at the Sapienza University of Rome, where he earned his laurea in 1974. During this time, he studied general linguistics and ethnolinguistics. 1979, with E. B. Arushango and L. M. Hyman Haya Grammatical Structure. Los Angeles, Department of Linguistics, University of Southern California. This early work showcases Duranti's foundational training in linguistics, focusing on the grammatical intricacies of the Haya language, a Bantu language spoken in Tanzania. Co-authored with E. B. Arushango and L. M. Hyman, this publication demonstrates a rigorous structural analysis of a specific language, reflecting the technical linguistic skills that would underpin his later, broader anthropological inquiries into language use and social context. It highlights his initial engagement with detailed linguistic description before his work shifted more explicitly towards socio-cultural dimensions of language. 1981, The Samoan Phono, a socio-linguistic study, Canberra, the Australian National University, Pacific Linguistics Monograph B80. Stemming from his doctoral research, the Samoan Phono marked a pivotal shift towards sociolinguistics and linguistic anthropology. This monograph provided an in-depth analysis of the Phono, a traditional Samoan speech event and council meeting, examining how language is intrinsically linked to social organization, power dynamics, and cultural practices within a specific community. It showcased Duranti's burgeoning expertise in ethnographic fieldwork and his ability to connect linguistic forms to broader socio-cultural meanings, laying the groundwork for his extensive future work in Samoa. He then continued his academic journey at the University of Southern California, specializing in Bantu languages and earning his PhD in linguistics in 1981. His doctoral dissertation, The Phono, a Samoan speech event, was based on 13 months of fieldwork in Filipa, Samoa. This early work laid the foundation for his lifelong interest in the relationship between language and social organization, and marked the beginning of his extensive research in Samoan language and culture, often in collaboration with Eleanor Oakes. His early career also included postdoctoral fellowships at the Australian National University and the Laboratory of Comparative Human Cognition (LCHC) at the University of California, San Diego, before he joined the anthropology department at UCLA in 1988. 1992 A. Etnografia del Parler Quotidiano, Rome, La Nuova Italia Scientifica Curici Editor. Published in Italian, Etnografia del parler quotidiano. Ethnography of everyday talk reflects Duranti's engagement with discourse analysis and the ethnography of communication. This work likely delves into how ordinary conversations and routine linguistic interactions reveal underlying cultural norms, social structures, and individual agency. Its focus on everyday talk underscores his commitment to understanding how language functions in the mundane yet highly significant moments of daily life, emphasizing the micro-level interactions that shape social reality. 1992b, ed. with Charles Goodwin. Rethinking Context, Language as an Interactive Phenomenon. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press. Co-edited with Charles Goodwin, Rethinking Context is a landmark collection that significantly influenced the study of language and interaction. This volume challenges traditional, static notions of context, arguing instead for context as a dynamic and collaboratively constructed aspect of interaction. The essays within explore how participants in conversation actively shape and reshape their communicative environments, making context an emergent property of social activity rather than a fixed backdrop. This work cemented Duranti's position at the forefront of interactional linguistics and the ethnography of communication. 1994, From Grammar to Politics, Linguistic Anthropology in a Western Samoan Village, Berkeley and Los Angeles, University of California Press. 1997, Linguistic Anthropology. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press. Linguistic anthropology quickly became a foundational textbook in the field, providing a comprehensive and accessible overview of the discipline. This volume systematically introduces students to key concepts, theories, and methodologies in linguistic anthropology, covering topics from language structure and variation to language socialization, discourse analysis, and the relationship between language and culture. Its widespread adoption solidified Duranti's influence on shaping the next generation of scholars and defining the scope of linguistic anthropological inquiry. 2001, ed. Key Terms in Language and Culture. Malden, Massachusetts. Blackwell. As editor of Key Terms in Language and Culture, Duranti compiled a vital reference work that defines and explains essential concepts central to the interdisciplinary study of language and culture. This resource is invaluable for students and scholars navigating the complex terminologies of linguistic anthropology, sociolinguistics, and related fields. Its concise explanations of crucial terms like discourse, context, performance, and indexicality contribute to conceptual clarity and facilitate a deeper understanding of the field's intellectual landscape. 2004, ed. A Companion to Linguistic Anthropology, Malden, Mass., Blackwell. A Companion to Linguistic Anthropology represents a more advanced and comprehensive overview of the field, featuring specially commissioned essays by leading scholars. This volume provides in-depth explorations of key theoretical debates, methodological approaches, and empirical research areas within linguistic anthropology. As editor, Duranti shaped a critical resource that offers sophisticated insights into the discipline's current state and future directions, catering to advanced students and established researchers. 2007, Etnopragmatica. La Forza nel Parler. Rome, Curici Editor. Another work published in Italian, Etnopragmatica. La Forza nel Parler. Ethnopragmatics, The Force in Speaking delves into the intersection of ethnography and pragmatics, focusing on the social and cultural force or effects of language use. This book likely examines how utterances perform actions, convey social meanings, and shape interactions within specific cultural contexts, going beyond mere linguistic meaning to explore the social work that language accomplishes. It underscores Duranti's sustained interest in the practical and performative dimensions of human communication. Building upon his extensive fieldwork in Samoa, From Grammar to Politics is a seminal work that beautifully illustrates the intricate connections between linguistic structures, social practices, and political processes in a Samoan village. Duranti demonstrates how seemingly grammatical choices or speech patterns are deeply embedded in systems of power, hierarchy, and community governance. This book exemplifies his unique ability to bridge the gap between abstract linguistic theory and concrete ethnographic detail, showing how language is a powerful tool for both maintaining and transforming social order. Alessandro Duranti, as a distinguished professor and influential scholar in linguistic anthropology, continues to be highly active in research and publications. His recent and ongoing work reflects a sustained interest in several key areas, often revisiting and expanding upon themes he has explored throughout his career. One prominent area of his current focus is the concept of intentionality and intersubjectivity, drawing heavily on phenomenological theory, particularly the writings of Edmund Husserl. This involves examining how people understand and account for the intentions of others in various cultural contexts, and how shared understanding is achieved through interaction. This is a continuation of themes explored in his 2015 book, The Anthropology of Intentions, Language in a World of Others. He also maintains a strong interest in improvisation, creativity, and cooperation, particularly as observed in everyday interactions and specific performance contexts like jazz music. He has been documenting how jazz musicians communicate and coordinate their actions spontaneously. This research ties into his broader theoretical work on how action emerges from the contingencies of the immediate situation, often in tension with planned activities. Furthermore, Duranti has been involved in significant editorial projects, contributing to and editing volumes that shape the field of linguistic anthropology. For instance, he recently co-edited a new companion to Linguistic Anthropology 2023 and Rethinking Politeness with Henry Bergson 2022, both published by Oxford University Press. These works demonstrate his commitment to making cutting-edge research accessible and pushing theoretical boundaries within the discipline. His current work thus involves both empirical research and theoretical advancements, often combining insights from linguistic anthropology, philosophy, and performance studies. The standard components of theory of mind beliefs, desires, and goals capture only a small part of this continuum. Searle's 1983 attempt to reduce all points on the continuum to the fundamental intentional states of belief and desire seems less than satisfying. When we understand another person's actions, or grasp the meaning of their words, we are paying attention to one part or another of this continuum, seeing as in ways that have been shaped by the culture in which we live. References: Professor Alessandro Duranti. www.sscnet.ucla.edu. Archived from the original on December 12, 2012. Retrieved October 15, 2017. A new dean in the college. dailybruin.com. Duranti, Alessandro, Oaks, Eleanor 1979. Left dislocation in Italian conversation PDF. Syntax and Semantics. 12, 377-416. ISBN 978-0-12-6135112-1. Archived from the original PDF on June 27, 2010. Duranti, Alessandro, Oaks, Eleanor 1997. Syncretic Literacy in a Samoan American Family PDF. Discourse, Tools, and Reasoning, Essays on Situated Cognition, 169-202. ISBN 978-36420-83372. Duranti, Alessandro, Oaks, Eleanor, Ta-Ase, Eliake. 2004. Change and Tradition in Literacy Instruction in a Samoan American Community. Many Pathways to Literacy, Young children learning with siblings, grandparents, peers and communities, 159 to 170. ISBN 9780203521533. Duranti, Alessandro, Reynolds, Jennifer F. 2000. Phonological and Cultural Change Among Samoans in Southern California. Cadernos de Sociolinguística. 11, 233 to 252. doi 10.1558 sols.v1.I1.59. Duranti, Alessandro 2003. The Voice of the Audience in Contemporary American Political Discourse. Georgetown University Roundtable on Languages and Linguistics, 114 to 136. ISBN 9780878409044. Duranti, Alessandro 2006. Narrating the Political Self in a Campaign for the U.S. Congress. Language in Society. 35 467 to 497. doi 10.1017 S0047404506060222. Duranti, Alessandro, Burrell, Kenny 2004. Jazz Improvisation, A Search for Hidden Harmonies and a Unique Self PDF. Research de Psychologia. 27 71 to 101. Duranti, Alessandro 2009. L'oralité avec impertinence, ambivalence par rapport à l'écrit chez les orateurs samoans et les musiciens de jazz américains PDF. L'Homme. 189, 23 to 47. doi 10.4000 Loam.21978. Duranti, Alessandro 2018. Jazz prépoursible et la politique de la reconnaissance artistique. Politique et musique. Pages 211 to 234. Duranti, Alessandro, Burrell, Kenny, Flood, S. 2005. The Culture of Jazz Aesthetics. A television series available on DVD. Los Angeles CA, UCLA Instructional Media Production. Packer, Martin J. September 27, 2016. Promises, Promises. Mind, Culture, and Activity. 24-1, 81 to 84. doi 10.108107490039.2016.1232736. ISSN 1074 to 9039. S2 SID 2203789491. Hill, Jane H. 2016. Alessandro Duranti, The Anthropology of Intentions, Language in a World of Others. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press, 2015. Pages 12, 297. PB 34.99. Language in Society. 45 609 to 612. doi 10.1017 S0047404516000052X. S2 SID 1515653993. The How app. www.howjournal.org. Retrieved November 9, 2017. Enfield, and J. Seidnall, Jack 2017. The Concept of Action. Cambridge University Press. ISBN 978-0-521-89528-6. Duranti, Alessandro, Throop, Jason 2015. Attention, Ritual Glitches and Attentional Pull, The President and the Queen PDF. Phenomenology and the Cognitive Sciences. 14.4, 1055-1082. doi 10.1007 S1107-014-9397-4. Duranti, Alessandro 2022. Interactional Glitches, Cooperation, and the Paradox of Public Joint Activities. Recreating Anthropology, Sociality, Matter, and the Imagination. Routledge. Pages 71-92. doi 10.432497810032736115-8. Duranti, Alessandro, La Mattina, Nico 2022. The Semiotics of Cooperation. Annual Review of Anthropology. 51, 85-101. doi 10.1146 Anurev Anthro 041420-103556. Duranti, Alessandro, Throop, Jason, McCoy, Matthew 2024. Jazz Etiquette, Between Aesthetics and Ethics. The Oxford Handbook of Phenomenological Ethnomusicology. Oxford University Press. Pages 579-560. doi 10.1093 Oxford 9780190693879.013.3.